Crowded room. Can you guys hear me? Is this on? Is this thing on? There it is. I hope you guys are ready for a wild ride because it's been a wild week. I've ran through this presentation once or twice. I don't know how long it's gone. Where's my sticky note? I asked her to let me know. I asked her to let me know when like halftime is, so we'll see if we make the full 25. This is like cutting in and out. Is there hot mic? That's cool. I'll speak loud. Okay, real loud. Let's get started. Hello. Where are these screens? Where's my video guy? I'm gonna try not to move around so you don't have to work too much, but that's the fun part for you, right? My name is Ginn. Nice introduction. Thank you. So nice to see you all. I've been a part of this event for a couple years now, and it's just being a part of you guys and knowing you and being inspired by you is such a gift. So be able to return that gift is a huge honor. So I'll get that out of the way. Real story, I love to doodle, like a lot. I mean, all the time. The theme is really great. There was a write-up for the theme, and it's all about we're so busy, we have all these phones, we do all this work. And is there a place we could find a gap to stop and restart again? I feel like this is the only way to survive agency world. How many agency folks in here? Yeah, right? Crazy, right? All right, this side. Oh yeah, by the way, this is my crew. Shout out. Shout out to you guys. I'll get a couple winks in and elbow nudges because you'll get it. Like, you'll get it. It's a grinding life. It's awesome. It's to be a creative and to be able to work like that all the time is a gift, but it's a lot of work. And so I thought about this theme, and for me it's less about restarting and it's more about finding a pause so I can be a better creative. So let me jump right into it. Here's what my childhood looked like. If you recognize any of these things, we should be friends. 2XL in the house, anyone? kind of a geeky kid, weird kid, played by myself a lot. So me and these things were really close. I drew a lot. I still doodle. I'm not an artist, I'm a doodler. I guess that's a thing. But this is what my childhood stresses look like. Do I play with my Legos or do I play with my Connects? I don't know. Build this city or build this big ball factory, oh my God. I didn't have a very stressful childhood. And then, time passes and I'm an adult, sort of. And now these are my legs. Similar theme here, but a little more grown up. I love to read. My gosh, I love to read. I'm a dreamer. I'm like a space cadet. If I'm here, I'm usually somewhere else. So that's something I'm constantly battling, but in a great way. I mean, I feel like that's a gift that we get as creatives is we can't imagine a world that's different than what we're looking at. So I read a lot. I love science. I love nature. Jupiter, I guess. You guys, I don't even know how long this is going to go on. I drew all these pictures. I just flew in from Georgia yesterday, and it's been a late night. I'll get there. So this is fun. I love coffee, obviously. I ride bikes. You guys heard that. I love to exercise. I just love to be outdoors. I can't stop. I don't know what relaxing is. Actually, no, relaxing for me is not just sitting around watching Netflix or sitting on a beach. Sorry. I like to do things. I like to make things. I'm constantly inventing, creating, exploring. I love learning. I'm a sponge. Documentaries. I just love learning. I can never get enough. And I'm very forgetful. So I relearn a lot of things, and it feels like the first time. Whoa, Amy, I told you this like 3 times. It's new to me. There's a pencil there. Okay, and so now these are my stresses. Any creatives? Are you Excel lovers out there? Stressful thing, you know. Straight lines, numbers. Organization as a whole, I guess, is really scary to me. Scary movies, that stresses me out. Calendars, oh my gosh. I don't even know how I got here. Calendars are hard. Thank you, account people. Thank you. All of you guys keep me straight. And then I asked Jen, what stresses me out? I feel like I'm pretty relaxed, laid back, things don't bother me. What stresses me out? And she's like, things being dirty. So that's the dust there. As a creative, as a designer, I love to design this space around me. And that comes down to like straightening my little books and stuff on my non-existing desk. And we moved out to the suburbs, and so I have to, at least once or twice a week, I'm that civilian clothing person on the sidewalk running for the metro train, knocking people over on my way there. So that stressed me out. So I was thinking, is there a way I can map this stress out over the course of my life? And I drew this little doodle. I don't know if it makes any sense, but we're going to walk through it. Looks like this. There it is. So let's go through it. Right at about, the timeline isn't even accurate, so let's pretend that's not a thing. But I got hospitalized back in 2007 for some stuff that we could talk about later. But it was a really hard time in my life. Lots of stress. Talk about a restart. I started over. My little stress starts going up. I moved to California. Yeah, this is way down. Moved to California. Fish tacos, just hanging out, riding my bike. And then I moved to Chicago. Woo. I'm kind of evening out. I've got these peaks and valleys here, but it just got me thinking. There's so much to do here. There's so much to do, and there's things to get to, and there's, I'm booked out weeks in advance, and it's like I have to book time for myself. I have to make sure I make time to go to the bathroom on a work day. You feel me? That's crazy. So it's very busy, and it's, there's someone I love, Eckhart Tolle. I don't know if you guys know that cute little guy. But he talks about stress being caused by wanting to be there when you're here. And for me, when I realize that, when I crack that nut of, okay, I'm so, right now, everything's fine. Right now, this is what I'm doing. Nothing to be stressed about. I'm taking action, I'm doing things. But it's when I'm thinking about things in the future that's where I get caught in that, the best thing I could do for someone when they're talking to me is listen. Not thinking about, what am I doing after? Someone's telling me this heart-wrenching story. You follow me? This heart-wrenching story, and it's I'm looking at them, but I'm like, okay, I gotta make pizza tonight. Take my dog out. It's listen. And when I listen, that's where I start to invite that pause. I'm listening, and I'm being empathetic, and I'm trying to help you solve something or whatever, but I'm not thinking about me. And that's the pause I'm talking about. So what does all that crazy look like for my creative process? I thought this would be fun because my creative process is crazy. If you work with, I carry a pencil on me because I'm always solving problems on the go, on napkins, on the wall. But it's messy. So I took a picture of what my notes looked like to make this presentation. And so it's just kind of chaotic. It kind of makes sense to me. It's more of just a dump just like get it out. Every direction. How can I look at this problem? There's a toaster there. That didn't make it in. I get distracted. I get so distracted. So I've got all these ideas, and I've got all these things, and for me, I need to visualize them. Like, I need to see them, and that's where the doodles come in really well. So then I clean it up, organize them the best way I can, and I sort them in a way that kind of makes sense. And then to deliver the thoughts, I try to approach it 3 ways. I take care of the ask. Here's our example. Design a ruler, Amy. Here it is. Best ruler you've ever seen. And then, you know what? Here's a different type of cool ruler. So giving it kind of a variation. And then what I want to do is make this Swiss Army knife ruler. But for the client, they're just like, this is what we want. I think this is what we want. Kind of pushing it a little and then pushing it way, it never gets to the Swiss Army knife option. I mean, rarely. If it does, it's like, people are dancing in the office. But at least it opens them up. At least it gives them it gives us the opportunity to show that we are thinkers. We are creative thinkers. We're not just a production shop. I'm not just a production shop. I have these ideas, right? And then you have the client meeting, and that's a whole nother story. So, talk about stress. So, how do you deal? I'm lucky because of that hospital stay since 2007. I've had to find some ways to deal with living life on life's terms. And I've had to start small. Here are some things I do. Calculator watch. A couple years ago, I used to have it, and it would beep every hour on the hour. And that would be kind of my cue to just stop for a second. Just for a second. Just, can I stop? Can I turn it off? Can I just get a couple breaths in, and then go, 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 go. But it was really helpful because it kind of gave me something to just take a break, Even though my motives are good, even though I have this great kind of ambition to, I want to do more, I gotta take care of myself. And so that was a really easy way for me to just, and now I could do it, I had that practice, and now I could kind of just pull that out of my bag of tricks and apply it. Maybe it's, there's a door there, maybe it's something I do every day that's repetitive, and closing a car door, closing a front door. I needed to put these things in my life so that I could remember to pause, because I was just full speed ahead. And then I'm a walker. I'm a runner. I'm a cyclist, all those things. But walking for me is one of my biggest opportunities to turn it off. I'm going somewhere, so at least I'm moving. There's that. But I could turn it all off, and I could just pay attention to the walk around me. And the walk is huge. And when I get really mad, which isn't too crazy, I'm not raging. My mad is I'm very quiet, but I go on walks. I need that release of just, everything's going to be okay. Whether I'm dissecting what's going on or not, the walk just really helps me. And it's helped a lot in Chicago because you have to walk, except when people are walking 4 abreast on the sidewalk, or you're on the subway, or whatever that thing's called, the L. And you're trying to get around people. It's just nuts. So I'm practicing all of these things, feeling real zen. And then there's a quote. I love Theodore Roosevelt. It's all over my house. But he has a quote, believe you can and you're halfway there. So I'm doing all of these things, and I'm feeling like it's working for me. But when do I stop? I've passed my halfway. Can you give me time?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'll run over.
10, 15 minutes.
All right, got it. I'm practicing all of these things. And I'm believing that it's working for myself, but the true test is when the people around you start to notice. There it is. There's this award they give out at work, a couple of awards over the summertime, but I got this Good Juju award. at the time I was like, that's nice. But while I was making this presentation, it really made me think that, we had a crazy summer, hard work, late nights, very, very busy. And when I look back, because of those things that I've done to take care of myself, I feel really proud of the way that I showed up, of my attitude, of my, just what I brought to the table. Looking back, it's like, yeah, I did bring a good attitude, or I did feel like I contributed in a way that makes me feel good about myself. So all of those things are starting to pay off, and the people around me are starting to notice. But here's the deal. You guys, I don't even know how much time is left. I'm a creative with overactive attention. Things excite me. I get inspired, or I'll be working on something and it kind of trails into something else, and I'm so sorry for the people I work with that trying to pull that down and hit, focus. But I used to think that was something that got in my way a couple of years ago, not being that organized person, not being someone who's good at Excel. But I feel like there's space for me in the world, to be that person, to work with those people who just kind of bounce all over ideas, get excited about things. I mean, my goal in life is to maintain as childlike as I can, to get excited about things, to wonder about things, to investigate, to learn. If as soon as I know, then I'm not in a good spot. If my way is going to be the best way, then I got a tough life ahead of me. Especially in the creative world, because you get defensive. I made that. This is a good idea. Swiss Army knife ruler. And if you can't let other ideas break through that, then you can't be you can't be as successful as you could be working with a group of people. That's my experience. I love working with people. I love brainstorms. Just sitting. I'm stirring a pot. Just sitting in there and what can we make? What a cool job. What a cool job. But I get very excited about that, and I want to do things, and I want to do more, and I want to do it all. And then I'll forget about this awesome plan that I've got, and I move on to this other thing, and I'm just bing, 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 bing. And I want to take on the world. So here's what I could do. I could take on a lot of work and try to be this amazing creative, win awards, get on stage. I could try to be this thing and look at Instagram and see what everybody else is doing. Oh, they're making cool stuff. Why am I not making cool stuff? Really kind of beating myself down or doing too much that the work that I am producing is just okay. Or I can remember this. If I take care of my physical and my mental self, then I'm available to the people around me. That has been the big thing that keeps me in the agency world, because we are a unit. We have to operate together. We are an army, and being able to work like that is such a gift. It is such a cool thing, but I can't do it. I'm not going to be successful at it if all I'm worrying about is me. And whether that's how am I going to get noticed? Who's going to hear me in the room? I got this great idea, you guys. Your idea is just hold on a second. That's my Oklahoma coming out. Sorry. I hate when I do that. If I'm running on my self-will, then I'm going to get in my own way. And for me, success for me isn't those shiny things. For me, success is liking what I do, liking who I do it with, and getting to be of service to those people. If I've got a coworker that I'm sitting next to and they're telling me this story about their family, so not work related, and I'm sitting over here, deadlines, emails, words and numbers coming at me, or I'm thinking about something else that's going on in my life, I'm not listening to them. I'm looking at them, But I'm thinking about that pizza and that thing I gotta make. What a missed opportunity. What a missed opportunity to just listen to them. Because I don't know that whatever they say, I hope that I can always be that ear for someone, and then I can move out of the way. Because I would want someone to be that for me. I don't want to ruin the end, okay? So if I do that, if I'm happy, healthy, helping you guys, then I get this. I notice the little things. This was like a 10 o'clock doodle last night. It's not my favorite doodle in the deck. But I noticed, I've made some space so that I could notice things like the ladybug, the steam coming off my coffee, the light shining in through the morning windows and the little dust flakes floating around. Walking to the train and seeing kind of, oh, they've changed the planters to winter. I notice those things, and that's what I want in my life. I don't want to miss those little things. And when I see those little things, that's when things start to spark. I've got this eye on the prize, and I'm going to bulldoze until I get to it. But I'm going to miss so much on the way, and I don't want to live my life like that. I don't want to just design things. I don't want to just create. I want to design the life around me. I want. It would be really nice to design the life around me. Because I think I got a good idea. I think, oh, this would be really good for me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to work here. I'm going to make these things. People are going to notice. I'm going to call my mom and dad, and they're not going to believe it. I've got this idea for myself, and I just force it, and I try to make it work, and I'm going nuts. I'm tired. I forget to use the bathroom. I'm just not taking care of myself. But the best things start to happen when I just let them. Finding those moments for pause. Stressed, left Georgia, got home, went to work, got home, got a phone call. I plugged this in last minute. I got a phone call. We're stranded in Chicago. We need help. So my plan for last night was get home, finish this deck, rehearse, time it out. How are we doing? Speedy. Time it out, even though it's easy. I'm not showing you guys my work. I'm not showing you, this is just how I get through it. That's easy to talk about, no problem. But I wanted to practice it, and I wanted to I had a plan for the evening. And I was tired and hungry. And it's snowing and cold, frozen tundra. But then I get this call. And we're stranded in Chicago. We're here until Saturday. We're trying to get to Philadelphia. Can you help us? And it's my sister-in-law with that baby over there. That little baby that's Audrey, by the way. Baby is the Audrey. That's Emily. My plan, instantly. Real talk. Sorry, Emily. Instantly, I'm a little irritated, a little mad. so stressed out. Where's Ben? I went up to Ben. I go, I'm so stressed out. Can I go home? And then I'm driving. I'm thinking, and I'm just, I'm just in one of those ruts where it's the same thought over and over and over. How am I going to do this? What am I going to do? I'm stressed out. I haven't eaten since 6 o'clock. She ate with me at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm hungry, right? And when I don't take care of those basics, food, sleep, I am a monster. And so I'm angry. And then I remember Audrey has cancer. And they go to Philadelphia for treatment. And so here I am, me. And I forget that it's not so bad for me. I would love to help them. So they'd take an Uber over to my place, and she needs a pack and play, whatever that is. So we gotta go to Target. We tried to get one from Carly, but she was like an hour drive to Carly. I'm talking to you, Lauren. Hour drive to Carly. And her baby's sick. Baby stuff, I don't, ugh. And we go to Target, we're picking up stuff and ordering pizza. We get home, we set stuff up, and it's what now? It's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, 7. It's late. It's late, it feels late. And I try to, I'm eating pizza and I'm on my computer and it's greasy and it's gross and I'm looking and questions and you're asking me questions because that's what you do and calendars. And all this stuff is flying at me and I'm just like, oh. But something happened, because I'm looking at this deck and something happened and it was just a total switch. And I was like, oh my God, what I'm talking about is happening right now. This idea of like, whoa, Amy, put the brakes on. Like your plan, your idea is just give it a rest for a second. Your family's here. You get to be of service. Stop thinking about your presentation. And we had the greatest night. Oh my gosh, we played with dog toys. We rolled around on the ground. Look at her, this adventure. I don't get to see them that much. And it just blew my mind that, I want my life and my work to be together. I don't want to come home and have this, oh, I need a break. Oh, I need a vacation. I just need to stop thinking about work. Well, I do need to stop thinking about work so much. But you know what I mean? I want the way that I show up outside of work to show up when I go to work. And it's practicing stuff like that, stepping aside, that makes it all so much greater. Because I'm always going to want to hustle. I always want to be the best. I always want to do more, make more things, and I'll never satisfy that for my standards. I'll never meet my own standards. I'm my worst critic. Anyone relate? Anyone? I'll never meet it. I'll always kind of, what's more, me. What a way to live. And like that comes out, like people, you could feel that from someone, I don't want to be that person. And so having opportunities and moments where I can remember it's just design, or maybe not even that. Maybe it's, I just want to be a good person and I happen to be a designer. So I'll end with this. I'm a little early, is that okay? We got work to get to. We got things to do. I just want to be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. Maya said that. If I could do that, then nothing else matters. Then everything else I do is just a bonus. All the other things I get to make or teams I get to be a part of, campaigns that I get to help with, that stuff's just bonus. And what's worked for me is having that attitude and bringing that energy into a room. It ripples. That stuff follows you. Have you ever walked into a team room or worked with some people where it's just like, ugh, it's thick. You're just like, oh my gosh, you guys have been through some stuff. There's stuff all over the walls. People are sleeping. It's, being that person in your office place where people want to stand by you, people want to come around and hang out with you. To me, that's a good day. Versus, we nailed the football brief. That feels good too. That feels real good. But to me, those adding up those little moments of just those little moments and giving attention to those little moments just makes life really great. I'm super early. I hope that's okay. Thank you.